Yeah, feeling sadness. And are you doing your regular stuff that you need to do in the winter of like exercising and maybe taking vitamin D, making sure you eat fruit and vegetables, fresh fruit and vegetables?
Y- Yes,
Yeah.
I'm taking vitamins and exercising.
So just the basics are covered of that, because sometimes in the winter, like low vitamin D can make you feel very low energy and not going out and having very little sunshine. If it's cold, not going out and walking and doing exercise. So that's good that you're doing all those things.
Yes.
And is it low energy, or is it that you're getting stuck in lots of negative thinking?
Yes, I'm stuck in negative thinking.
So what type of
Okay.
thoughts are going around in your head? What are you getting stuck
So,
on?
yes, it's a story. Actually, we just moved to another city, and we met new friends, which are from my ethnic background.
Yeah.
And in the conversation with them, awakens inside that old old teenage like pain, emotional. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. When I was teenage, maybe every child does this, feeling very bullied and bullied down, and those feelings awakened again, meeting those people, and I am a very sensitive person,
Yeah.
and very easy to be drugged, but last year's exercise meditation helped a little. I could keep my center.
Yeah.
It was much better, but it shows me I'm not so much developed being.
These things come and go. Like sometimes things pass through easier and sometimes they don't. So I'm just going to go back to basics for not just for you but for other people that are listening. So the fundamental of suffering is being attached to pleasure and avoiding pain, and this belief that you exist and that you've got to have a pleasurable life. So say if we go back to my dog Khaleesi, she has no idea that she exists and that she's got to have 15 happy years of life. Like, she doesn't know that she exists, that she was born and that she's going to die. To her, she just is. She's this vibrant being, and whatever is happening is what's happening. And she doesn't worry about having happy experiences because she doesn't know the difference between happy experiences and bad experiences. So if she feels fearful, she's afraid. So when she's with other dogs, unfortunately, it's very easy to have a well-behaved dog, but unfortunately, we had some difficult scenarios happen when she was a puppy. She first of all was a street dog, and then she got brought back to Europe, and I didn't have a permanent residence when I came back to Europe very quickly, and I had to leave her with people, and she developed aggression with certain dog types, with certain dogs. So now she can be a little bit aggressive, and she has to wear a muzzle because she can get on with most dogs, but every so often there's one dog that she just wants to have a fight with. And if I had better routine as a puppy, I could have got that out of her, but I haven't, and I haven't managed to get it out of her. So when we walk around and she sees another dog that she doesn't like, as long as that dog is under control, and as long as she's not too full of energy, like really not being exercised that whole day, and it's like late in the afternoon and she's really hyper, then generally I can say no to her and she ignores. But what happens is if a heckles on her back comes up, and she's obviously uncomfortable, but I tell her she's not allowed to do anything, and so she ignores it. But she's obviously distressed by seeing a certain type of dog, and internally that would be very uncomfortable feelings. She feels that dog's going to attack her. She feels that dog is dangerous. she feels like she needs to defend something, and she's been told she's not allowed to do that. So there's obviously uncomfortable feelings in her body. But then once we've walked past that dog, she then is again her normal self. She's like, oh, I'm going to pee on this, and then I'm going to do that, and she completely forgets herself, and she just goes back to normal feeling, and she's just totally in the next thing that's happening. What happens with us as humans is we identify with the body when we're young, and then we look at our experience, and we're always judging our experience, and we always want it to be pleasurable. And we're told happiness is pleasurable, but actually your essence is pleasurable. So what happens with Khaleesi is once she's walked past that dog and it's no longer in her experience, she's not repeating the story that's in her experience, and she just goes back to her essence, which is this empty looking and joy. And that's her essence, even when that feeling's there. But because she's not identified with the feeling, when the feeling goes, there is just this natural way of being. And even in that feeling, there's this natural way of being, this intimacy with everything that's happening. But the human repeats the story of what happened, and it doesn't want to feel that feeling of pain again. So it keeps repeating stories about whose fault it is, or why it happened, or what it can do. And basically is it doesn't want to feel what's happening. So when you're at school, like with Khaleesi, when she was on the street, she repetitively got beaten up by certain types of dogs. So she has a trauma there, or she has a discomfort there around certain types of dogs. And like with you, when they do certain things, it reminds you of when you were in your youth. It reminds you of being bullied. And then there is an attachment to that feeling. First of all, you think it's happening to you, and then you don't want to feel that feeling. By not feeling it, you begin to make up stories about it, about them, about you, about what happened, and your mind keeps repeating it. And that's you avoiding it, going over and over again in your head. You're trying to find a way out of that feeling.
Yes.
And really...
And I got...
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's... I got addicted lately to a TV series.
To what, sorry?
and TV, Netflix drama.
Yeah.
And it's not helping at all.
The Netflix drama.
Yes, a very nice drama, but still the feeling is not leaving, and story keeps repeating even stronger in the mind. So distraction not helping.
Yeah. That's okay. It's actually, do you know, when even now, actually, if I've got an emotional pain in my body, I sometimes actually will watch things on Netflix to help me cry about it or get that emotion moving. You know, when the emotion is just stuck in your body. So you can actually use Netflix to explore that feeling. It's not that it's not helping. You can use it to explore what's happening. Are you saying that the Netflix TV series exasperates it, or that it means that you just watch it to avoid the feeling?
Yes, I think I watch it to avoid the feeling.
Ah, yeah, right. So I was thinking you meant something else. I thought you meant that the TV series is scaring you with bullying or something. Because actually, if it's scaring you or bringing up fear, then you can use that to explore the feeling and to help release the feeling. But if it's just that you're using it to avoid it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of avoidance. Kicking back, you don't have to be doing this all the time. Like thinking about yourself all the time and doing this all the time also isn't healthy. It's just a little bit of sitting with the feeling. So if you can just do a little bit of when the feeling becomes really intense, instead of just running to watching TV or thinking about it, or talking about it, or eating, or cleaning, or whatever your vice is, just sitting with that feeling for a bit. Just sitting there, just sitting still. You don't even need to do anything. It's just not moving with that feeling and just letting it pass through. It will pass through. That's it.
Okay, I will sit with the feeling.
Yeah, that's it. And like you can explore and you can do like emotional release, like remember a little bit about your childhood and what it was to be bullied and why you feel it and what color the feeling is and where you feel it, and you can explore it a little bit. But also, too much of that, too much of thinking about yourself isn't so good. It's like always in balance. Like you meet some people that are constantly like exploring their feelings, and that's addictive as well, like emotional release. Basically, the like understanding what the feeling is, understanding where you feel it in your body, understanding the connection to past stories, and then just sitting with it, just allowing it to be fully there without any effort to get rid of it. Just sit still and let it play out and do its little dance.
Earlier today, I put the timer for 20 minutes
Oh,
and
nice.
sat with the feeling.
Yeah.
And after 20 minutes, it was gone.
Yeah.
And I was very happy and
Yeah.
played with my kids, patted them, and it comes again.
Yeah.
Stories and
Yeah, this is the habit. The reason that it stays is your attempt to avoid it. So what happens is in that moment is that it just passes. It's not seen as a big deal. But then when you're playing with your kid or later on in the day, maybe the thought comes up and the feeling comes up again, and then your natural habit is to avoid it, and then it exasperates it and makes it bigger. It's something that this can take time sometimes, and then eventually it just runs its own course. You recondition yourself to stop trying to avoid the feelings, and the seeking dissipates.
So avoidance is the problem.
Always.
Trying to.
That's what the separate self is. The me is always seeking in time for a better now, or trying to avoid the future, and that can give you good feelings, seeking for a better now, and it can also haunt you. It can also give you a very high feeling, and sometimes a good emotional release practice is imagining a better now, because sometimes you're too addicted to the negative. There's lots of different things the person can do and use to try to help move emotions and feelings.
Just to be clear, then it comes back, and instead of trying to avoid, acknowledge it and stay with the feeling again, again, and again.
Yeah, and if you're getting too stuck in the feeling, then you focus on what you want, because sometimes you can get too stuck in it and it's too much, and then you focus on what you want. So what it is I want is love, what I want is peace, and you just bring that up again to your thoughts, because sometimes you get stuck and the feeling overwhelms you. Yeah.
So if I have to meet that person regularly, I cannot avoid the person.
Yeah.
So I cannot. Could you say that it would become better if I have to meet that?
I can't guarantee you anything, but a great way to look at it is that this person is a meditation for you.
My teacher.
Yeah.
Very, very big teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Like my nightmare come to life.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really afraid, to be honest.
I work with this person. Yeah.
Like Felicia.
Like what? Sorry.
Felicia, like a dog. Felicia.
A Khaleesi, yeah.
Yeah, Felicia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you very much. I will try and
Thanks,
see.
Anna, and thank you for phoning in and sharing and expressing, because I'm sure it's helpful for other people as well. Thank you.
I hope so. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice, guys. Okay, I am going to go now. That seems like the nice place to end. Thank you so much for sharing, participating, for expressing yourself. Um, I love you, and I shall see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. French time. Bye, guys and ladies. I'm sorry, guys is a very old-fashioned thing that's most probably sexist now. So, people. Bye, people.